I need to tell you something that nobody talks about. The reason you feel stuck, the reason you can't make the decision, can't take the leap, can't figure out what you actually want. It's not because you don't know, it's because you can't tell the difference between fear and intuition. One of them is screaming at you to stay safe, the other is whispering gently, persistently, there's something more for you. And if you can't tell which voice is which, you'll stay paralyzed forever. You'll turn down opportunities that were meant for you. You'll stay in situations that are slowly killing your soul. You'll mistake terror for wisdom, or worse, you'll mistake your intuition for fear and ignore it. So today, I'm going to teach you how to tell them apart. Because once you know this, everything changes. I'm Yvonne. This is Healing with Yvonne. And this might be the most important conversation we ever have. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a feeling, a deep gut level knowing that you needed to leave the job, end the relationship, move to the new city, start the thing? And then immediately another voice came in and said, no, don't, it's not safe, you'll regret it. What if it all falls apart and you didn't know which one to trust? So you did nothing. You stayed, you ignored the nudge, and months, maybe years later, you looked back and thought, I knew I should have left. Why didn't I listen? I'm going to tell you why you didn't listen. Because you couldn't tell the difference between fear and intuition. And our culture does not help. We're taught that fear is bad, that we should face our fears, that if we feel afraid, we should push through it. We're also taught not to trust ourselves, to seek validation, to get permission, to be realistic. So we end up in this impossible place where we don't know if we're being guided or if we're just scared. Here's the truth. Fear and intuition can feel very similar. They both live in your body. They both create strong sensations. They both feel urgent and important, but they are not the same. And learning to tell them apart, that's the skill that will change your entire life. So today, here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to break down the signature of fear, how it sounds, how it feels, what it does to your body. Then, I'm going to show you the signature of intuition, how it sounds, how it feels, what it does. Then, I'm going to give you real-life examples from my own life and from clients I've worked with so you can see the difference. And finally, I'm going to teach you a practice you can use right now to figure out, is this fear talking or is this my intuition? By the end of this video, you will never mistake one for the other again. Let's go. Okay, let's start with fear. Fear has a very specific signature. Once you know what to look for, you'll recognize it immediately. Here are the 7 hallmarks of fear. Number 1, fear is loud. It doesn't whisper, it yells. Don't do that. You'll fail. What if everything falls apart? It's aggressive, it's panicked, it's trying to get your attention by overwhelming you. Intuition, on the other hand, quiet. We'll get to that. Number 2, fear is repetitive. It says the same thing over and over and over. You're not ready, you're not ready, you're not ready. Like a broken record. It doesn't evolve, it doesn't offer new information. It just loops the same catastrophic thought on repeat. Intuition doesn't loop. It nudges once and then it waits. Number 3, fear is urgent. It wants you to decide right now. You have to figure this out today. You need to know the answer immediately. If you don't do something now, it's over. Fear creates false urgency to keep you in panic mode. Because when you're in panic, you can't access your intuition. Intuition has no urgency. It's patient. Number 4, fear is catastrophic. It jumps to the worst possible outcome. If you leave this job, you'll end up homeless. If you end this relationship, you'll die alone. If you start that business, you'll lose everything. Fear doesn't deal in nuance. It deals in disaster. And here's the thing. Fear is almost always lying. The worst case scenario it's predicting almost never happens. But it feels so real in the moment that you believe it. Intuition doesn't catastrophize. It tells you the truth, even if the truth is hard. Number 5, fear contracts your body. When fear is speaking, you feel tension. Chest tightness, shallow breathing, stomach clenching, jaw tension, shoulders up around your ears. Your body is literally closing. It's trying to make you small, make you safe, make you invisible. You feel trapped, heavy, stuck. Intuition expands your body. Even if the intuitive nudge is scary, your body feels open, your breath deepens, there's a sense of spaciousness. You might feel nervous, but you also feel alive. Number 6, fear focuses on external consequences. What will people think? What if I lose money? What if they judge me? What if I fail and everyone sees? Fear is obsessed with how things look, with what you'll lose, with how you'll be perceived. Intuition doesn't care about any of that. Intuition cares about alignment. It asks, is this true for me? Does this honor who I am becoming? It's internal. It's not performing for an audience. And here's the big one, number 7. Fear sounds like someone else. When you really listen to the fear voice, you'll realize that's not your voice. That's your mom, your dad, your ex, your 3rd grade teacher who told you to stop dreaming. Fear is internalized conditioning. It's the voice of everyone who told you to be small, be safe. Intuition sounds like you, your true self, your soul, the part of you that knows what you came here to do. Once you hear the difference, you can't unhear it. So that's fear. Now let's talk about intuition. Intuition is different. It doesn't scream, it doesn't demand, it doesn't panic, but it is persistent. And once you learn its language, you'll never miss it again. Here are the 7 hallmarks of intuition. Number 1, intuition is quiet. It's a whisper, a nudge, a gentle knowing. It doesn't try to overpower you. It just shows up. You have to get still to hear intuition. That's why practices like meditation or walking in nature aren't woo-woo. They're how you create space to listen. Number 2, intuition is persistent but patient. It will nudge you once and then again. But it won't yell, it won't force. It's like, hey, this way, whenever you're ready. And if you ignore it, it doesn't go away. It just waits. Fear demands, intuition invites. Number 3, intuition is neutral or calm, even when it's telling you something hard. There's no hysteria in it. It's just true. It's like, this is what's next. I know it's scary, but this is the path. There's a calm to it. You might feel fear in response, but the message itself is steady. Intuition is clarity. Number 4, intuition doesn't explain itself. It doesn't show you the whole map. It just says, go this way. It just gives you the next step. And once you take that, it gives you the next one. Intuition doesn't need a story. It just knows. It trusts you to take the step, even without seeing the whole staircase. Number 5, intuition expands your body. When intuition speaks, you feel openness, a deepening of your breath, a softening in your chest, a sense of openness, a feeling of alignment. Even if the message is scary, your body feels more alive. Fear makes you contract. Intuition makes you expand. Number 6, intuition focuses on alignment. It doesn't care what people think. It cares about one thing. Is this aligned with who you truly are? Does this honor my soul? Does this feel true? Fear is obsessed with safety and approval. Intuition is obsessed with integrity. And finally, number 7, intuition sounds like you, your soul self, the version of you that's beneath all the shoulds. When intuition speaks, there's a recognition. Oh, that's me. That's the truth I've been avoiding. You know it when you hear it. So that's the signature of intuition. Okay, so now you know the signatures, but let me show you what this actually looks like in real life. I'm going to share 3 examples, 1 from my own life and 2 from a client. This is where the clarity happens. So I'm moving abroad in less than 2 months. And when I first got the intuitive nudge, it was intuition. I was sitting in my living room, not doing anything special, and I just knew. The thought came, quiet and clear. It's time to go. There's something waiting for you somewhere else. No explanation, no map, just it's time. And my body took a deep breath. My chest opened. I felt this sense of yes. That was intuition. Immediately fear came in. Are you insane? You don't know anyone. What if it's a disaster? What will people think? Loud, catastrophic. Fear wanted me to have the whole plan figured out. Fear wanted guarantees. Fear wanted me to stay. I went back to my body. When I thought about staying, doing the same thing in a year, my body felt heavy, closed, tired. When I thought about going, even though I was scared, my body felt alive, open, expansive. That's how I knew. Intuition was expansion. Fear was contraction. So I'm going. I thank the fear and I move forward anyway. I worked with a client, let's call her Sarah, who knew for 2 years that she needed to leave her marriage. Every time she got still in the shower, on a walk, the thought would come, this isn't your path anymore. And when she imagined leaving, her body felt lighter, like she could finally breathe. That was intuition. But fear said, what if you're making a mistake? What about the kids? What if he changes? Loud, catastrophic. Fear wanted her to stay because staying felt safe, even though staying was killing her. I asked her, if you knew you wouldn't be judged, what would you do? Without hesitation, she said, I'd leave. That's intuition. Fear is obsessed with what people think. She left, and she's never been happier. One more. I had a client who wanted to start a business. She'd been thinking about it for years. Every time she imagined herself doing the work, creating, serving, she felt joy, alignment, excitement. But fear said, what if you fail? What if people think you're a fraud? Who do you think you are? Catastrophic. She asked, am I afraid because this is wrong or because this is new? She realized it was just new. It mattered. If you're afraid because it matters, that's intuition. She started the business. It's thriving. She trusted the quiet voice. Okay, so now you know the signatures. You've seen the examples. Now I'm going to give you a practice you can use right now. Anytime you're facing a decision and you don't know if it's fear or intuition, use this. I call it, is this urgency or clarity? Here's how it works. First, you have to get out of panic mode. You cannot hear intuition when you're in fight or flight. So close your eyes, take 5 slow breaths, feel your feet on the ground, feel your sit bones in the chair. Come back into your body. This is not optional. You have to slow down to hear the truth. Now bring up the decision and ask, is this urgency or is this clarity? If it feels urgent, if it feels like you have to decide right now, that's fear. If it feels clear, even if it's uncomfortable, if there's a calm knowing underneath, that's intuition. Urgency, is our fear, clarity, is our intuition. Next, check your body. Ask yourself, when I imagine doing this thing, does my body contract or expand? And wait, don't think, feel. If your body tightens, closes, feels heavy, that's fear, or that's a no. If your body opens, softens, feels alive, that's intuition. That's a yes. Your body tells you the truth. Finally, listen to the voice. Is it loud or quiet, repetitive or persistent, catastrophic or calm? Focused on judgment or alignment, sounding like someone else or sounding like you? If it's loud, catastrophic, and sounds like someone else, that's fear. Write it down. Say it out loud. Once you name it, you can choose. And then you choose. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to know which voice you're listening to. You get to decide, I hear you, fear. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I'm choosing to trust my intuition. You are in the driver's seat, not fear, not conditioning. You, that's the practice. Use it every time you're stuck. Listen, you're going to spend the rest of your life making decisions, and if you can't tell the difference, you'll let fear drive. And fear will keep you safe, but it will also keep you small. Intuition will ask you to take risks, but it will lead you to the life you're meant to live. Your life, the one that's aligned and true. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Underneath all the noise, you already know what you're meant to do. You've always known. You just needed permission to trust it. So here's your permission. Trust the quiet voice. Thank the loud one and keep moving. I've linked the inner dialogue scripts for you. Next time, we're diving into how to release fear somatically, how to get it out of your body. Thank you for being here. I see you. I honor you. I'm proud of you. Let's keep going.